are tuning in to the Bad and Bougie Moms podcast show. All right. So it's not that late. All right. So you stay in Canada. Wait, do you know Drake?
You know what? I met him when I was younger. So my friends had gone to the same dance school, like a theater school. So I've only seen him a few times, but I don't know him.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the Bad and Bougie Moms podcast show, where we pass no judgments on being pro-anti-kids for at least 30 minutes. Get ready to experience some amazing mommy time with these badass moms sharing their point of view on relationships, self-love, social media, and plenty more. Hi, you guys, and thank you for listening to the Bad and Bougie Moms podcast show. On this next amazing episode, I got the pleasure of speaking with Miss Davika Latoya. So Davika is a mother and educator, a speaker and mentor, and a community leader. She is known for her authenticity, booyah, and transparency as she shares her journey and faith walk after heartbreak. Davika, a woman of God, knows and understands shame, so she created She Is Winning, a movement that supports women to live a winning life. Davika is also a co-founder of the Peace Advocacy Group in Canada that advocates for quality child care and professionalism in early childhood education. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but while she's doing all these amazing things, she is raising a joy-filled, energetic, beautiful daughter named Jada. Since Davika practices what she preaches, she always shares how she is successful in co-parenting her daughter with her ex-partner. So I hope you guys enjoy this next episode. It's kind of long. I mean, not really. It's probably like 45 minutes, but we did discuss a lot of great things, especially since she's from Canada. I was very, very nosy about, the healthcare system, how all that worked, the education system, pretty much everything still, circling back around children. However, we did get a little bit of girl chat in. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hi, you guys. This is Britt with the Bad and Bougie Moms podcast. On today's episode, I have Miss Davika. Hi, Davika. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing so well. Thank you.
Awesome. So me and Davika, we was chatting it up before we actually started recording. And I told her that my son actually ended up pooping in our neighborhood grocery store. So I was running a little bit behind, but we're here. We're going to talk. So are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Awesome. All right. So tell us a little bit more about you. Tell us how many kids you have, where do you live, what is your profession, everything. What is it about Davika?
What is it? Okay, that is like a mouthful, but yes. So yes, my name is Davika. On all my social media platforms, I go by Davika Latoya. Mm-hmm. My profession, I am a teacher. Mm-hmm. I also am a full-time student.
Okay.
Like I mentioned before, I'm in an internship right now. Mm-hmm. And I am a single mother to one daughter.
How old is your daughter?
So she will be 3 next month.
Oh my gosh. What is her actual birth date?
August 11th.
August 11th. Oh, so she's a Leo.
Oh, is she? Oh, I don't know.
She is a Leo. Yeah, she is a Leo. No, my birthday's August the 28th. And my husband's birthday is August the 6th. So she's right in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the only reason why I know. But yeah, that means she's amazing. Let him tell it because he's a Leo as well. So they're amazing.
I'm glad. Yes, she is amazing. She is full of life and just, I learned so much from her.
Awesome. So what grade do you teach right now? Are you kind of, do you teach more so in elementary level or are you in high school, middle school? What grade?
So elementary and I'm with special needs kids.
Oh, so you're really special. That's so awesome. So was that something you chose, like after you left college, was that something that you really wanted to do or you kind of just got stuck in it?
So I took like a social work background. That was my background. And I worked in the field of social work for a few years before I got into the education system.
Okay.
And a lot of my clients that I worked with were predominantly teenagers to young adults with mental health or some kind of behavioral challenge.
Okay.
And when I entered into, on a casual basis, into the elementary school system, this was kind of one of those demographics that I enjoyed. It really challenged me. And I've been here for 9 years.
Wow.
I've been there for 9 years, yeah. But September coming, I'm actually in a different position. So I'm less hands-on. I'm more so working with the community. So more so in community engagement.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know.
I know, it's just so, because I remember growing up and looking up to, you know, teachers. I swear I thought they kind of like spent the night at the school, like, you know, through the weekday, like they had no life. That, you know, they don't go out, they don't, you know, drink or anything. They just stay there, write up lesson plans in the teacher's lounge and watch soap operas. Like I felt like that was their life.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
Right, exactly.
It's paid for, yeah.
Right, I know. I have my cousin. She is actually a teacher in Washington D.C. and she's traveled a little bit as far as with her teaching job. She was overseas at one point. I want to say in Dubai or kind of around that area, but it's just crazy, you know, listening to how the school systems are so different, you know, even from there to where she's at now in DC. And, you know, I'm based out of Georgia. So it's definitely something important for us to be able to find those teachers who really love what they do. Cause, you know, sometimes some people could just be there for the paycheck, but the way these kids act now, I'm like, you have to just love kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I live in Canada. So our school system
I forgot you live in Canada. What time is it there? Are you guys like still on?
Yeah. Okay. Time.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, all right. So it's not that late. All right, so you stay in Canada. Wait, do you know Drake?
You know what? I met him when I was younger. So my friends had gone to the same like dance school, you know, like a theater school. So I've only seen him a few times, but I don't know him.
Okay. All right. Hey, as long as you lay eyes on him, that's all that matters. Okay. So you're in Canada. So how is the school system there?
In comparison, and I could actually say this because we had a teacher, he was in, I want to say Pennsylvania. And then so he came up and he said, you know, it is so different from the US in terms of, I think we have more access to resources and the way that our teachers are trained. I guess that's kind of what sets us apart a little bit.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. I can't really speak on, you know, but I will say like, we're awesome.
You got to root for the home team, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So as far as like the school year, is it the same? Like you guys go to school from August until like May of the following year? Or, you know, are you year round school there?
Yeah. So we go back to school after Labor Day weekend. So that's usually the first week in September. And we finish end of June.
Okay. So
so we have about 110 instructional days, I want to say. But we do actually have, so the board that I work for, there are some pilot schools that actually are opened 12 months out of the year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they get breaks, I want to say, every 6 weeks or so.
Oh, yeah. That's how it is here. So, yeah, every 6 weeks, I think it's like a 2-week break, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. off.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a couple of schools. They're actually majority of them are charter schools. So yeah, so they normally do the whole year round uniform situation. So
okay.
Yeah.
We don't have charter schools. It's just public school or Catholic school.
Wow.
And then outside of that, that's funded by the government, we have private schools, right? Which is a paid into.
Right.
But yeah, charter schools we don't have.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now since I remember you lived in Canada, okay, how is the healthcare system? I'm about to go way off now. How is the healthcare system there? I'm very big in politics. I really don't post about it because, everyone has their opinion about certain things. If I could, I would move to Canada right now, just let you know. But yeah, so how is the healthcare like? Because healthcare is covered up there. Well, everyone is covered under the healthcare, I guess, in Canada, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Okay,
so how is the actual not the experiment, but the actual not customer service? What word am I looking for? Like, I guess, how is the service, like, from the doctors that you guys get to go to? Like, for instance, here we have a thing called like state assistance, like Medicaid, which is provided by the state, but it's very restrictive. You might not get the best doctors. Normally, a lot of doctors don't like taking that particular insurance because the state does not pay that much. So you kind of get second rank type, situations, unless you really are good about looking for providers. But there were a lot of people are talking about making the United States where everyone have healthcare, and I didn't know how is it working for Canada? That's a long ass question. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but you know what? It's important. I'm definitely grateful for having a universal healthcare system. In terms of doctors and just health professionals, we have access to all of them.
Okay,
you go wherever you want to go, and you get treated the way that particular physician went to school, right? So, I'm assuming at the end when they graduate and they get that doctor in front of their name, they're going to do the best job possible to whomever you are.
Right.
There's no segregation in terms of what you can afford from what you can't afford.
Okay.
Everyone has access to the best, for sure. There are doctors that are better than others, given that they've been in the profession longer or the type of school that they went to. But we have, you could go anywhere. I'm not restricted to where I go.
Okay.
So not only with the universal health care, I also have benefits through work.
Right. So pretty much it might wash it out. Like, for instance, if there was something one insurance didn't cover, will your secondary insurance just pick it up?
That's right.
Oh, awesome.
That's right. So, for example, my daughter has like a abnormal tiptoe walk. So she goes to Sick Kids Hospital ever so often.
Okay.
And she had a medical brace put on. And I want to say the brace cost $1,400 or $1,500.
Okay.
But
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Brace.
Yeah. But after the healthcare kicked in, which we call OHIP, that kicked in, there was only $500 left, and then my insurance covered the $500.
Okay.
Right?
Wait. Yes, hold on right quick for me, because I'm hearing my son. Hold on, okay?
Yes.
All right, hold on. All right, so the brace, so $1,400, you said the secondary insurance did pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so as far as paying into it, do you guys have to pay like taxes like we have to pay here? Like, how is this getting funded?
Of course. So I live in Ontario.
Okay.
And everyone knows the big city, which is Toronto, right?
Shout out to the Raptors.
Drake. Oh, yeah.
Boo. Okay.
Hey, Raptors. About time. Right. So we pay 13% tax in this province.
Okay.
So, so the money, it's distributed all over. So everyone pays that. Plus you pay taxes. They come out through your paycheck. And then you pay your 13% at counters, right? So whenever you purchase items.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So have you ever visited the United States?
I have.
You have? Okay, where did you go?
Yes. So outside of my routine Buffalo shopping, I've been to Maryland.
Okay, nice.
So I have family down there. I've also been to Atlanta.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. And I want to say that was about it.
Okay. So were you born, and now I'm getting into your business for real. So were you born and raised in Canada, or you kind of just ventured up there? Like how did you make it there?
Okay, that's, yeah. No, I wasn't born in Canada. I was born in Jamaica.
Oh, girl, you're so cultured. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was born in Jamaica, and I moved to Canada when I was 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've lived here my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you been back to Jamaica?
Yes, I go back every year.
Oh, nice. That's so amazing. Okay, so now I have to ask, do you know how to cook?
Of course.
Let me see how much these tickets cost to come up to Canada. Okay, all right. So being in Canada since you were 5, came to, the States for a little bit, have family here. Do you ever want to move to United States? And if so, where?
That's something that I think about often. I would love to move to the U.S. for different reasons. But one of the main reasons is for the weather. I would go to Florida, to Atlanta. I would go to Georgia. I don't think I will stay anywhere close to the north. So New York is out of it. And I want to stay away from the snow. I just want to be in nice weather. I want to go to Texas.
Texas is nice. I think you enjoy Texas.
Yeah, I would love it. Love. That is on my bucket list. I do want to get to Texas. If not, I would live there. But yeah, I just, here things are so expensive. Like real estate is crazy. I mean, I lived before I moved in I want to say 700 square foot condo. Okay. And you could say the average cost now for a 600 foot is anywhere between $400,000 to $600,000.
What?
Yeah.
For a 600 square foot box.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And a sliding door that they call your outside. Yep.
Right, could probably have no type of porch out there or anything, or a little, you probably could put like one plant out there in a chair and that's it.
You know what is so funny? Okay, so yes, you get your balcony, but some condos don't include your balcony. Like it's not your property. It belongs to the building. Yeah. I didn't know this.
That's crazy. They're just trying to make money off of people. Like, if you want to step out there, you will have to pay us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So what about like the housing? Like, do you guys have like a suburb there? Like, is it cheaper to move out a little bit further from the city?
So I live in the GTA, so it's known as the Greater Toronto Area. So you have Toronto, which is the city, and then it couples, about 3 suburbs. I mean, it's mega cities now, but 3 cities outside, neighboring the GTA. If I want to go somewhere that's affordable, I'm heading towards closer to like Niagara Falls area. Like that's 45 minutes away plus from where I am right now.
Oh my God.
To commute into the city, I'm like 2 hours away just to live in a decent place.
Right. Like it makes no sense. You might as well just, pay for that balcony. Like it's crazy.
So when I looked at the costs, I'm like, I could afford a huge house in Georgia or in Texas. Yes. I'm like, forget this 700 square foot. That's my walk-in closet.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because you could, I mean, honestly, especially here in Atlanta, if you stay in the suburb areas, you probably can get because we've been looking at houses because we're looking to build a 6 to 7 bedroom house, like in a nice bomb neighborhood with great schools for like 600,000, like 4,000 square feet plus with basement. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. That's a dream.
Oh, that sucks. I mean, but it's beautiful up there in Canada, especially. I guess it's because I'm so used to like the trees and the pollen and things like that in Georgia. It just seems like it's very calm up there. Yeah, just very calm. You know, you have your water, you have your green life and stuff, and then it just gets cold and it just snows like hell. Yeah. That's how I feel like it would be if I lived in Canada. So
yeah. I love the snow. You know, this is so I've been in the public school system now for 9 years, and this school year was the first year that I actually purchased snow pants.
This is the first year?
Yeah. I was like anti going outside. That's how much I did not like the cold, you know? Or if I went outside, I was not dressed properly. And I'm like, I could only be out here for 10 minutes, you know, and I'm headed back inside. But it's really nice, you know, even in the cold and in the snow, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I believe it. I see it on House Hunters all the time. So I'm just imagining that what it is to wake up to stuff like that. So yeah, we don't really get snow in Georgia. I mean, well, no, let me take that back. We in Atlanta, we have started getting snow like regularly every year. Like at one point it was like, oh my God, it's snowing, like it's a surprise thing. But now I think a lot of people, especially here, we kind of expect the snow to come. It normally doesn't come until like late January, early February for us. So we never get like a snowy Christmas. Like, you know, I would wish. Normally it's like 70 degrees here for Christmas. But, you know, like 2 months after, you know, before spring hits, it wants to snow. And then, of course, everything shuts down here because, you know, we don't know how to act when it snows.
That's right. Because us Canadians are laughing.
Yes. As I've heard. Anybody, you know, north of us, they're like, you guys, come on now. It's like 2 droplets. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh. All right. So enough about Canada. So we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk about motherhood and your daughter. So, so your daughter, she's 3. So what type of parent are you? Are you the kind that, you know, talk to your daughter, you know, let her know, you know, what's right from wrong, you know, not know, okay, because I said so type stuff. Like how would you describe your parenting skills?
I would definitely say that my parenting style is more so one that is fair.
Okay.
And I guess I use the word fair because I can't really find the word that is going to best, you know, describe what it is. But I really take a lot of things that I went through as a child or being in the education field, I see children go through. I really try to, you know, adjust myself and be fair with my daughter, you know, to still give her that flexibility to do whatever it is that, you know, she's desiring in the moment, and creating opportunities for her to learn, you know, but also too, it's sometimes I found it. I still do sometimes, but I really found it difficult in the beginning because I was fearful of everything and of everyone, right? So, you know, when I recognized what I was doing, I kind of had to take a step back and I was like, I can't let fear raise my child.
Right.
You know?
Understandable. Yes.
Right. So, you know, I'm a first. She's my first.
Right.
You know, I'm a brand new parent. I'm a little bit older. I had her when I was 31.
Okay.
So
you did it the right way. Good for you. No, but no, I completely understand it. And and of course, I figure that since she is your first, everyone is like that about their first. I'm like that. Was like that about my daughter Cailin. She's my first and my favorite. I tell her that all the time, even though I probably shouldn't. But But yes, once you have your second and third, like all hell's honestly just go loose. Like the whole, making sure they have mittens on their hands, making sure, you cover all the corners and the plugs. Like the 1-year-old now, it's like, do it if you want to. Like you're gonna learn, So, but no, I do remember those days, especially because I was young. I had Cailin when I was 21, I want to say 2021. So still in college, still trying to figure out my life. I thought I was grown then, but obviously not after I look back. But, just having to find like the best daycare and, like she went to a home daycare and for some odd reasons, there are not a lot of home daycares, excuse me, here in Atlanta. So, so because this is when I was back home in my hometown, Columbus, Georgia. But yeah, so just, finding like that motherly type person and, you trust her and it's in a home setting, like you're good. Like now with Remy, he goes to a regular daycare. He's sick all the time. He's crapping on himself at Publix. So now I'm pissy. Like, what did he eat at daycare? It's just, it's so hard. But I definitely get it. It's with you having a little girl, I honestly feel like it's even harder because what it is, how it is to be a woman.
Oh my gosh.
So just having to like, oh my God, when she turns 12 or 13, I know how it is to be in middle school. Like I can still remember to this day. And So I completely understand.
Yeah. Try not to like relive my life through her. Right. So like, for example, now she's almost 3, but she used to take the marker and just like color on everything. And I'll always be like, oh my gosh, no, you got to stop. Jada, don't color. No. And now I give her a pass. She doesn't do it all the time, but when she does, I'm like, meh, color your face, color yourself, whatever. We take a bubble bath after.
Right.
So I've found that when I'm more relaxed or I'm more fair, she lets up a little bit. And I don't know if it's because I'm not like stifling her, that she, doesn't feel tempted to do things.
Right. Like she's like, oh, she's not telling me no. So I guess, she doesn't care anymore. Yeah.
Let's move on to something else,
Right. Yeah, that's probably, kids are smart like that. Like they know what pushes your button. So if you act like you really don't care, they're like, oh, okay, let me go find something else.
Oh, for sure. And like right now too, I'm in school and I'm taking child development, right?
Okay.
So there's like lots of brain things that I'm learning and how this works and, just the neuroscience of everything. I love the science and I try not to take school home.
But that's so cool though. Like, how can you not take that home? Like, I love it. I'm a science nerd too. That's why the reason why I love science, because nothing changes. Science is black and white. You can find something new, as far as a new discovery, but your bones are your bones. Your your nerves are your nerves. That's it. So I love science too.
Yeah. So there are certain things that I do now to help, build neural pathways, right? Just so that she maintains certain behaviors for her future. So one thing that I do all the time, she's always reading. If you're on my IG, you'll see this little girl is always reading. She's reading something. And I don't want her to lose that habit. So even when we're bored and there's a downtime, let's go read a book. Let's go find a book. So, the science says, if there was a pause somewhere down the line, because it's been a habit, she will always reach for that book.
Okay.
Right? So, there's certain things that I bring home, yes, but I try not to bring
everything home. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so 3 years old. So, 3 years old. Yeah, they start reading at 3. I'm trying to remember back in the day, but no, that makes sense. Yeah. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so she loves to read. Okay, so you did mention about her having a brace on her leg, and I have seen it because we do follow each other on Instagram. So so is she going, well, first of all, tell us what's going on. Is she in physical therapy? How did you, I just want to know the beginning, just tell me everything because I'm very interested. Yes.
So around, I want to say 12, 13 months, she was standing on her own and starting to take steps and walk. And it was natural for children to be on their tippy toes. So what I found out around the 14-month mark is that she was on the tippy toe on one leg.
Okay.
So I took her to the pediatrician. A lot of what he said was, okay, she's going to grow out of it. Don't worry about it. And I said, okay, sure. Time went by and I'm like, nope, we got to revisit this. I need to go see a specialist. She took x-rays, all these kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then we got sent to Sick Kids Hospital, which is like a specialized, honestly, the best hospital, the best children's hospital. And she sees a wonderful team. So there's a team that works with her. She's got an orthopedic specialist. She's also seen by a neuro specialist and a pediatrician.
Okay. Yes.
So they've been doing just like several tests. They've been kind of guessing what it could be, what it can't be. The last thing that she just got done was a nerve exam. And the nerves, like, it came back that they were firing, they were responding correctly.
Oh, good. Okay.
So that kind of canceled out some of their suspicion, which one could have been cerebral palsy. So at birth, I actually had an emergency C-section. Her heart rate dropped.
Wow.
And I don't know if it had, I don't know if she went without oxygen for a little bit. But usually kids who have CP, it's because of loss of oxygen to the brain.
Right.
So the first place that is affected is usually in their legs, and then it just kind of travels up their body. So, yeah.
So, but they estimate that out. They say it's not CP though.
Yeah, they said now because of the test, and so she just got an MRI coming up in a couple of months.
Okay.
But in terms of her treatment plan, she sees a chiropractor every week. She goes swimming every week. She wears a leg brace.
So she's just living her best life.
But you know what? She doesn't even like to swim. So.
Oh, no. I'm like, the kids will love it.
Right. And I was like, what happened? She used to love the water. And I think it was one of those, like, cartoons that she was watching, and the cartoon character, like, covered himself with bubbles. And from that, she was like, nope, I don't want nothing to do with water or bubbles.
Oh, my God. That's hilarious. She's like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
She just splashes around. But I'm like, you know what? As long as your legs are moving, then we're good. We're fine.
Right. So as far as with her leg, is it painful for her? Anything? It's just affect the way she walks. That's it.
Yeah. So I would say that by looking at her now, you can't really tell, but before you could.
Okay.
So it was almost like one leg kind of swung. Right? It kind of like swung around. But because she's been doing it since birth, to her, she doesn't know the difference, right?
Right. That's the norm for her.
Jumping and hopping and doing what kids do. It's definitely not slowing her down. By any means, no.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine. And I know with her having the brace now, I know it's probably even like on 10. Like,
oh my gosh. The way she's jumping right now, I'm like, shut up. Both feet are coming up off the ground.
Oh my
gosh. I
gosh.
need to get this little girl into dance class.
Yes. Okay, now, so definitely keep me updated. I know you update your IG, so I would definitely be following, up with that and the story. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is your whole She Is Winning movement. So talk more about that. What is the She Is Winning movement? When did you start it? And how can people get involved?
Yeah, so She Is Winning came about shortly after I had left my daughter's father. So, it came about that he was cheating and fathered another child. And it was devastating, right? Like when I tell you everything that I hoped for, that I didn't hope for, everything just shattered, right? Dreams that could have been possible and that I thought about, everything just came crumbling down. And I was on maternity leave at that time. So I really, spent a lot of time just crying to myself and just feeling really sorry and sad. And one day I was like, no, I can't do this. Like, I can't. So I began to share my story and tell different people. And to my surprise, they went through the same thing.
Girl, yes.
Right? They went through the exact same thing. And I was like, shut up. So like for 10 years, this happened and you didn't say a word. They were like, no, if you didn't approach me, I would not have said anything. And I was like, no, this can't be right. So, I started to go to counseling and I was going through therapy and I was seeing a physiotherapist because the pain started to affect my body as well, right? I was seeing a nutritionist because I was not eating. So
and this all happened after you had your daughter, right? Like during like the postpartum portion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my gosh. So that's even like more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She was about 9 months.
Okay.
9-10 months when I found out. So I was already going through and this just crushed me. So, one day, and I want to say this was about 2 years later. What normally would have triggered me did not trigger me. And I felt so good. I literally celebrated and I was like, thank you, Lord. Like I passed this test. Because you always hear people saying, oh, God's taking you through this test or like whatever. And I was like, yep, that was a test and I passed. And I was like, I just won. And it was kind of from there that I was like, you know what? If I feel victorious right now in this small win, and I feel so good, I need to share this with other women.
Yeah.
And it was like an intrinsic satisfaction. Like I was so satisfied and so happy and so excited and so proud of myself that it just, created opportunities for me to set goals and want to conquer them. Not for anybody else, but for myself.
Right.
And so that's how She Is Winning came about, because if I could do it, then you could do it too.
Right. I love it. So as far as with the involvement, do you have like a group setting that, everybody just kind of, have a time, everyone comes along, talks about, what they've been through, how they got through it? Like, what is the next step?
Yeah. So right now I have TTalk. So it's an extension or like a service, I guess, I'm providing. And it's on YouTube. So the first episode was launched last week. And we talked about dating. So we're definitely going to keep the conversations going. Because the first thing I think that I really want to emphasize in women is the power of your words and just the power in sharing your story. And that's how I got that initial release, right? Is when I shared my story and I realized, wow, like everybody else is going through the same thing. So having TTalk, it opens up for dialogue. So the hope is that, when people watch it, they're able to continue the conversation in their own living rooms with their friends and with their families, and even feel confident and not feel shamed with their story.
Right. And I love it. I mean, I think it's amazing, but
I have lots of ideas and things in place. But right now the TTalk is there and we have a conference coming up next year.
Okay.
That will be in Toronto. Send an invitation and I'll come out to Atlanta. That'll be awesome.
Yes, please do. No, I'm like, no, send me an invitation. I'll come up to Toronto. I mean,
that's right. I should have one in the winter so you could see the snow.
Yes. I'll make sure I get some cute little snow pants and boots and stuff. I love dressing for the winter, but I just hate being cold.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I love the She Is Winning movement. I want to say I do remember you talking about it last year when me and you just had our little side chat, and you was telling me everything you was trying to do. So I'm so proud of you. And I know I tell you that all the time in our DMs, but just so you can hear me say it, I think it's amazing. I honestly think you're super beautiful and you're very smart. And I'm so happy we crossed paths, because I don't even know how we crossed paths, but I'm happy we did.
I know. I have no idea.
I know. That's so crazy.
Yep. I don't know. But you know what? I'm happy and I'm grateful for it, because just having your podcast, like I listen to it, you know, and I'm like honored that I get to be in this lineup of all the incredible women that you've had on here thus far. You know, so I just like wish you the very best with everything that you're doing and with the show. And we should definitely, you know, continue this relationship. And
we're besties right now. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm like, even in business, right? Right. So, because, you know, I'm a visionary, so my mind is already in like next year. I'm like, yep, we're gonna come to Atlanta. Yep,
I'm gonna get up with Britt. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
Awesome. All right, so we're about to go ahead and wrap up our interview. So, since you do listen to the podcast, you know we ask our hot seat round questions, which is 5 random questions that I just choose, and of course you're just gonna answer it with the first thing that comes to your mind. So you down?
Okay. I'm down.
All right, awesome. All right, so the first question is, if you were to ever ask a guy out, what would be your pickup line?
Oh, I don't know. Can I have your number?
That's very straightforward. Yes.
I have not been in game in a very long time, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Like, can I have your number? He's like, what? I'm like, oh yeah, and my name is Davika. But can I have your number? Okay. All right, cool. All right. Question number 2. Have you ever been to a strip club?
Yes.
You have? Okay. Where? Was it in Canada?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
It was a long time ago.
Okay, now I was gonna see if it was a little bit more recent. I'll be like, look, I need to compare the strip clubs up there versus Atlanta.
Oh no, Atlanta like takes the cake.
Have it be okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm starting to hear. Because like for instance, we went to Charlotte, me and my husband, not too long ago to visit our friends. Then we went to strip club with them. And the people, I guess, was Charlotte, North Carolina. Yes. So North Carolina, they have a law where they can't get naked. So we're like, what?
Yeah, like, that's almost like here too. I mean, I'm sure there's some places, but yeah.
Yeah, majority, cannot get naked. So of course, you know, we're like, we just gonna have to just stick with what we know in Atlanta, because they don't care at all. And the food is amazing. That's the only reason why I honestly go to the strip club. The wings are like bomb, like the best food ever. Wow. Super random. Yeah, super random. All right. Question number 3. If you could star in any movie or TV show, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. I would love to be a part of Imposters.
Is that on Netflix?
Yep.
Okay. I've heard of that. I haven't watched it, but I heard it's a really good show.
It's really good, and I'm so upset because they canceled it. Oh. So, I mean, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to catch it before hopefully they won't take it off.
Yeah, hopefully. Gosh. It's really good.
All right, Imposters. Okay, cool. All right, question number 4. If you had to choose to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Chicken Alfredo.
You sound like me. Chicken Alfredo. Actually, I'm a shrimp Alfredo girl over here. So shrimp Alfredo, and then if I throw some spinach in it to try to be fancy, girl, I can eat that every day. Every day. All right, question.
Like 3 meals. If you separate everything, it's a different meal. Like you could mix it up all the time. Yeah.
It works. All right, last question. All right, what's more romantic to you? Is it A, a candlelit dinner in front of the fireplace, B, a moonlight walk on the beach holding hands, or C, cuddling up watching a movie?
Candle light dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I haven't been wooed in a long time, so that to me is like,
you need to come to Atlanta so we can get you somebody.
Right. Right. You got your male population in terms of,
the women. Yeah, it's horrible. It really is.
Down here, it's, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's bad here in Atlanta. Like, I wouldn't want to be on the dating scene, but it's since it's so many people always coming in and out of Atlanta, since it's like just the whole melting pot, you can you can honestly find a really nice guy. You just got to go down like a row of questions to make sure that they're legit. That's it. That's all. But other than that, I mean, I was able to find my dude here, but again, he was a semi-hoe back in the day. Nah, he don't get a pass, girl. He don't get a pass. Yeah, he don't get a pass. Yeah, it was perfect timing for when we met. Because if I met him earlier, he wouldn't have made it.
Oh, no.
At all. But thank you so much, Davika, for being on the podcast. And if people want to reach you and follow your movement, how can you be reached?
Yes. So you could find me on Instagram at Davika Latoya, or you could go straight to my website, davikalatoya.com, and you will be able to keep in touch and contact with me and the movement and everything else that I'm doing.
Yes. Awesome. All right, you guys, there you have it. All right. And we are done. All right, guys, that is it for us. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you would like to get into some more fun, follow us on social media. On Instagram, we are at Bad and Bougie Moms. On Facebook, at The Bad and Bougie Moms. And also on Twitter, at BBM_podcast. Make sure you like, share, and comment on any of the podcast platforms that you listen to us on. Again, we hope you guys enjoy. See you later.